What's up, my peoples? What's up, my peoples? How y'all doing? Hey, you remember growing up when you used to tell your mom or your dad what you want? You know what I mean? And you just keep asking them and keep asking them. And they might tell you they gonna get it, or they might tell you they not gonna get it, or they gonna say, I might get it. Whatever response they gave you. But you remember when you actually got it, they waited to the last minute, to the last exact minute to tell you they got it for you? That's what I equivalent this YSL case to. Mainly with the judge. Tell you why. Tell me why all of a sudden, when it's time to grant a mistrial, or when it's time for them boys to get some good deals, why all of a sudden she got the courtroom blocked off to the public? Remember a couple videos ago, I said this judge showing her hand. And I've been trying not to say that she biased, but at this point I can't avoid saying it no more, man, because it is what it is. Because this trial been public every single day. I'm talking about every single day of the trial from 1, and I think we may be on 150. I may be wrong. Don't quote me on that number. But we well over 100 days in this YSL case, and not one day has the courtroom not been public. But now all of a sudden, when it's time to grant the mistrials or grant the, you know what I mean, grant some sweet deals to these boys who already been railroaded already, now you want to block off the courtroom. You see what I'm saying? And it just shows you the whole time that she never wanted to grant a mistrial. She been fighting, and it just shows you that all these excuses that she been given for her not to grant a mistrial been bogus the whole time. They've been bogus the whole time. And I'm not telling you nothing you guys don't know, because you can see that too. But they've been bogus the whole time, and now she in her feelings because she know she can't do nothing but grant a mistrial, or what she might do is she probably putting a whole lot of pressure on the DA. I think that's what she's doing. She putting a whole lot of pressure on the DA side to grant to get on board some good deals, because I don't think she want to grant a mistrial on her record. She wanna go down as the judge to get some results, whether it's a not guilty verdict or a guilty verdict, which I think you can't tell me she don't want them boys to get found guilty. I don't care what nobody say. And all that dressing down, all that fussing at Miss Love, fussing at the DA, man, all that just a dang on, all that just an act. That's just an act. That's part of the play, man. So what, she don't seem biased, but it is what it is. Now we all see she biased. Because all of a sudden, why would you block off the courtroom when you know it's a judgment that's finna go in those defendants' favor? You see what I'm saying? Like I say, it's that parent who know they got you what you've been asking for months. They don't want to tell you they got it for you, so they gonna wait till the very last moment to show you that they got it for you. You know what I mean? Man, she need to free them boys, man. She need to free them boys, man. Because you can't tell me that as long as she been in that courtroom with them boys, you can't tell me that she don't know that them boys is gonna get found not guilty. So I say this to say, Maybe she know them boys is not guilty, but she still want to make them suffer for as long as possible. You know what I mean? It could be that too. So it could be that she want to make them suffer for as long as possible and let them off at the very last minute that she can. Because at this point, you just prolonging these boys' suffering, man. And when the deal go down, whether it's deals get handed down or whether it's a mistrial get handed down, I don't know the court process. I don't know their process, but please make sure, Miss Page, please make sure that you got DA Love and DA Hilton sitting in that courtroom when the decision is made. Please. Please, because we got to see the look on their faces. We got to be able to see the look on their faces after all the lengths that these ladies has went to violate these boys' rights. Please. Especially after how the DA Love did Moontoon. Especially how DA Love did Moontoon. Now, we all know, for one, those plea deals you gave all those defendants to get out, we all know them deals was dirty. Them deals was dead wrong. And the whole purpose of those deals was to convict thugs. We all know all those deals was to go in the direction to where they convict victim thugs. They didn't care nothing about them other boys' freedom, but they just wanted to make sure that they can railroad thug in the process of those plea deals. But you see how God worked. You see how God worked. Not name one of those plea deals that they done handed down convicting thug. And what the other plan was to do was, once those other plea deals was falling apart with the plan that they had, I guarantee you they next steps was to put Gunner on that stand or put Lil Duke on that stand. But before they can even get to it, they encompass themselves, made plenty of more mistakes. So now we looking at a mistrial. So now they ain't even gonna have the chance to put Gunner or Lil Duke on that stand. And you better believe, because I cannot figure out to save my life, why would you hold that Moontoon's probation revoke? Why would you revoke his probation in the middle of the trial? Unless you're trying to scare the rest of the witnesses that's coming up. So you want to go ahead and make sure you getting them witnesses in line before they even hit that stand. That's the only reason why they did what they did to Moontoon and held it in the middle of the court like that. I'm sorry, in the middle of the trial like that. So the rest of these boys that's coming on know they'll already be in line when you come on that stand. You see what I'm saying? So now, man, somebody needs to go and get Moontoon out of that situation he in, man. Somebody gotta go and get Moontoon out of that situation that he in, because he got railroaded and it's looking like he finna do way more time than the guys who on you know what I mean, who on trial. It's looking like he finna do way more time than the guys who on trial, which is even more dirty. It's like, man, come on, ain't no way you gonna revoke this boy's probation and he gonna end up doing more time than the defendants who is actually on trial. And you know what that show you? It show you that judge took offense to Moontoon's testimony, or whatever you want to call it. that judge took it personal the way he was talking to Miss Love. Not only did Miss Love take that personal, but the judge took that personal too. And I never say that Moontoon got up there trying to be like Lil Wooden. And I still don't think he got up there trying to be like Lil Wooden. I just feel like he just got up there and spoke his mind. You know what I mean? Wooded spoke his mind. Moontoon spoke his mind. So you can't say they trying to be like each other when we all see the crookedness that they was doing. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Moontoon just got up there and spoke the truth, spoke his truth like he said. But the position Moontoon was in was bad for him. And that position was he had to get on that stand right after Lil Wooder was done. I feel like that's part of the reason why he in jail now with his probation revoked, because he was in a bad position. They put him on that stand right after Woody, and we all seen the fool that Woody made out of them. You see what I'm saying? So I felt like they knew it was nothing they can do to Lil Woody. They had to bite that bullet when it came to Lil Woody. So the next person they put on stands got up there and spoke his mind, and they burnt him. And the judge even said it when she revoked that man bond. Not her exact words, but in so many words, she said, you have to take the court system seriously. You know what I mean? You have to take the court system seriously. That man never made a joke out of the court system. All he did was spoke his, you know what I mean, spoke his truth. Because he didn't testify in a way that the DA wanted him to. That's a whole nother story. If anybody took it for a joke, it was Lil D. He was up there joking and, you know what I mean, saying all kind of crazy stuff to DA Love. But that's another person that they couldn't do nothing to. They gave him immunity as well. See what I'm saying? So you see how when they can get away with certain things, how they doing it, how they pushing that envelope, and they got the judge right there with them. That's why I say, after seeing certain, you know what I mean, certain things, I can't even say that judge ain't biased no more. I can't even say it. And seeing the way she's handling this trial now, after she knows she got to grant a mistrial or things finna go in favor for the defense, how she don't blocked off the courtroom to the public. Come on, man. That judge salty too. She salty right along with that DA side. But I told you, man, God got the last word. God got the last word, especially when he see people doing you wrong. See, it's one thing if they had the evidence to convict them YSL boys. But they don't. Their whole case was based off social media. You see what I'm saying? They main key witness went in there and told you that he lied. He went on that stand and made a fool out of you. So you can't take his word. You see what I'm saying? The whole trial, that DA whole case broke down in their face on national television. So now it's time to make a ruling in the defendant's favor, and now you want to block off the courtroom to the public. Man, that's so dirty, man. That's so dirty. But whether she block off the courtroom or not, like I told you, that judge is in a position to where she got to do something now, and she got to do the right thing, or she gonna be held accountable. So she can block off that courtroom all she wants. She can block off the courtroom to the public all she wants, but she still got to make that right decision. And we all know what that right decision should be. It might not be a mistrial. It might end up in some sweet deals for them boys, but one of the two them boys gonna get. And them boys about to walk. Because that DA did everything wrong. Everything that they can do wrong, that DA side did. And then for that judge to say, I'm trying to fix your sloppiness, that ain't your responsibility to fix their sloppiness. They professionals, just like that the defense side is professional. You ain't try to fix nothing on the defense side, even though them lawyers, them boys went in that courtroom and stepped. Them boys stepped in that courtroom, even though you ain't had nothing to fix on their side. But we all know if you had to fix something on their side, you would have just let them be. That's why I tell you, man, young people, if you watching my videos, make sure you know, if you can help it, stay out of trouble, because you see the judge and the prosecution team, they work hand in hand. They might get on that stand and act like it's something different, but when you see a case like this, when you see a trial like this, you see that judge and that DA team, them prosecutors, all them work hand in hand. And if you think they don't want a conviction, you watch your mind. This shows you right here, for the judge to block off that courtroom and be salty and be in her feelings, this shows you right here, at the end of the day, that judge wanted the conviction. That judge wanted a conviction, man. You know what I mean? That judge wanted a conviction, and we all know it's election season, and we all know for them to get a conviction, it looks good on their record, on the judge record, the prosecution. You know what I mean? We all know that, so you already know Fannie gonna do everything that she can do to fight this, but it's just karma, because those acts that you ask those incompetent DAs of yours, DA Love and DA Hilton, those acts that you asked them to go in that courtroom and pull off, was impossible without strong evidence. They fought all they did. DA Love did everything that she can do with the scraps that she had, and we all see that it just wasn't possible. And I keep saying, the judge showing her hand, DA Love showed her hand, DA Hilton showed her hand many, many, many times. And it got to the point that the judge couldn't even make no more excuses no more to why she not gonna grant a mistrial. She can't even make no more excuses no more to how she gonna help them. They just made so many mistakes to the point to where if that judge ain't take this case to where it's at now, that judge was gonna be held responsible. And I'm sure the judge got in the back of her mind, even if it was a conviction, when it come up to the appeal process, everything was gonna be put on the table, and you was gonna be held accountable sooner or later. So I'm sure she had that in the back of her mind and was thinking, well, I might as well go ahead and do what's right now, because even if it come on, if I don't grant a mistrial, if I keep making excuses and not grant a mistrial, or if it go to the appeals court, to the appellate court, either way, I'm gonna get held responsible for doing the wrong thing. So that's why I say her back up against the wall right now. She ain't got no choice but to make the right decision. Even though we see she don't want to make the right decision. It's killing her to make the right decision. It's killing her to make that right decision. And just look at it, just use your common sense right now. Why all of a sudden is she blocking off the courtroom? If it ain't finna go in the YSL boys' favor, why she blocking off that courtroom? I'm sure they pay attention to analytics. I'm sure they pay attention to social media and the TV. I'm sure they've been paying attention to how the general public feel about this case. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure they've been paying attention to all that, and it shows you right now, because the judge see that everybody, well, I'm sure everybody not on the YSL side. I'm sure you still got those people out there that just gonna think them boys guilty just because. But like I say, I'm sure 95% of the people who've been paying attention to this case know that them boys should have been let go free. So it's showing you that the judge know that she's finna have to give the majority of the public what they want. So she gonna all of a sudden now block off the courtroom. You see what I'm saying? See, one thing God blessed me with is He blessed me with the ability to read a human being. I can feel energies from miles away. I don't even got to be near you. I don't even got to be in the same state as you. I don't even got to be in the same city as you. We could be in two totally different areas. And I can feel your energy. That's something that God blessed me with. So it may be things that I may say you may not agree with, but just know that I ain't talking. Just know that I ain't just talking. But I said that to say, man, the judge in her feelings, she blocking off that courtroom because she know she finna have to get them boys what they should have been had. She finna have to get a general public what they want, which is to let them boys go. And one thing, I think all that mistrial without prejudice was just something she made up, something she wanted to do. I don't think that's how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? Like I say, she in her feelings. She buys. You see what I mean? She really don't want them boys to be let free. You see what I'm saying? I think another thing too, one of the reasons why she blocking that courtroom off too, because she know when she grant this mistrial, it's finna have to be with prejudice. Pay attention now. And that's the thing that suck about that courtroom, about the judges, about the DAs, you know what I mean? About those witnesses that come on. At the end of the day, they still human. At the end of the day, they still human. So you gotta know. There's always a human element to it. There's always feelings involved. There's always bias involved because they human. Because they